It was about innovation, kind of technology, and so we wanted to demonstrate a few tools that maybe are underutilized or people were not aware of them. And so we kind of showed and did some demonstrations and different things. But one of our main things in our session was technology and gadgets and things are cool to have, and they're interesting to see because they're maybe new or different, but they need to fit into the big goal. And the big goal is to be more productive, more sustainable, more profitable sheep operations. And so in our session, we kind of talked about having some big goals. One of those is, getting the American sheep industry to 150% lamb crop, and what technologies we could utilize to get there. And so one of the things we started with was a simple body condition scoring to assess what their nutritional needs are. But we need ultrasound to be able to identify which ewes have singles, twins, triplets. We had some pictures of different stages of pregnancies and things like that for them to go look at. We did have an animal that we did the demonstration, the ultrasound demonstration of, and how that all kind of fits into the big picture of improving efficiency of production. And so that's one of the tools that we kind of showcased. And then Jake Thorne with Extension Service, who works for Texas as well, did a demonstration of the needle-free system. And so this system is a way that we can not be reusing the same needle, so prevent disease spread throughout the flocks. It's also a very efficient way to vaccinate sheep very efficiently without, it actually produces less, I guess we would just say, it takes some of the fear away from the sheep because the needle-free, it happens so quickly.
Low stress, it's easier on the humans, it's easier on the animals, it's faster, and it increases it decreases your disease transmission risk and stuff.
And can you basically use any vaccine with it?
Some of our more watery type vaccines, some of the viscous ones are a little challenging, but the ones that we typically give to the whole flock at one time, like a cluster deal, works perfectly.
And problems with wool?
Not really, honestly. There's been actually some published research around using this on bull sheep with a pretty decent staple, and it doesn't seem to hinder it.
Yeah, we talk a lot about these different technologies and what the cost to benefit ratio is. And so for every operation, it's a little bit different. And so this, sometimes this is going to be too expensive for smaller operations. This can be bigger places that will see more value in it. But it's important that everyone within the industry knows what technologies are out there. So if they're small now and they want to grow and get big later, how are they going to do that? And what technology can help them get there? We also talked about the different dewormers that are available in the U.S., how to strategically use those so that we can slow parasite resistance. We had our 3 major classes of dewormers that were out there. We also demonstrated a newer technology that people are starting to find a lot of value in, copper oxide wire particle boluses to help with internal parasite control, and the most efficient way to deliver that to the animals and get it in them and when to do it. Things like that, so that we can more precisely manage internal parasites.
Now, you probably gave a few sheepmen a heart attack right now.
Yeah.
Because you said the word copper and sheep in the same sentence.
I did. Yeah, it's a fear, and that's one of the things we kind of get over that fear is we can use this, and everything is toxic at a certain level, and so sheep, yes, they can be, but at the dosage rate that we're using these, we can keep that below a risk of developing copper toxicity in sheep. And so, we're much better off using these and controlling internal parasites than allowing all of these dewormers to become useless in the future. So we've got to use all these tools that are in front of us. We also demonstrated different GPS technology. We've got a number of different models of GPS trackers. Primarily in Texas, we use these to locate where our guard dogs are, where they're going, and are they leaving property, and are they providing full pasture protection. And so people could put them on sheep as well to see if they're getting good even coverage in the pasture. Are they managing the weeds that are in certain areas and things like that? All of this comes at a cost, and all of it has its downfalls. And so we're very clear on what the downfalls and how people can fit those in, because we do not want people to use technology and spend the money and then find that it's not going to work for them in the future. So,
Do you have places that people can go to find out what does work? What your recommendations are?
yeah, we have a lot of this on our website. If you go to sanangelo.tamu.edu, we have a livestock guardian dog page, and so we've got different things. We also have a Facebook page where we post different articles and things like this, and you can get our contact information there as well if you can't find the answers, and we can try to help you as best we can.
Do you think you surprised anybody today with showing any of your little techniques?
Definitely. I mean, I think we exposed a lot of some new stuff, but to kind of rewrap to Reed's point, just because it's new doesn't mean that it's necessarily all that much better. We go back to things like ultrasound and body condition score, which can be as impactful as anything, and those have been around for a long time. So I think we kind of re-stirred that in folks' minds about touching back on maybe some older stuff that can still be beneficial to them.
I'm going to bring up one thing that comes back to the lamb crop and preg testing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it cost? Does it help cover costs to actually preg test? Is it worth it?
It is if the farmers and ranchers have the ability to manage the animals with that data in mind. If you just pregnancy test them to find out what lamb crop you're going to get or what's going to hit the ground, that doesn't do you a lot of good. What we really focus on is how you can sort ewes that have singles versus ewes that have twins versus ewes that are going to lamb late in the season. Can you help that improve your management if you're in a pasture lambing system where you know you have twins in this pasture and you can supplement them with singles in this one? Or if you're in a confined lambing system, you might actually look at pasture lambing the singles and running the twins through the confinement system where we can better utilize our labor and our feed resources. So it's going to pay for some people, but others that don't have that ability to really refine their management, it's probably not a technology that they want to implement.
Probably applies to a lot of the technologies you've talked about today.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it up. I'm going to ask you the same question, Reed.
Okay.
What are the top 3 things you want people to go away remembering about your session?
Yeah, but I think the big one is setting a goal and viewing technology as a tool to help you be more efficient and sustainable. And first, you must set that goal, and then 2, what possibilities are out there. I think the needle-free vaccine gun was a lot of people weren't aware of that, so we got a lot of questions. That was new. That's one innovation I think people are going to take home because they weren't aware of it, or maybe they'd seen it, but it wasn't up close and personal before. And then I guess a third takeaway is technology is not always the right for everybody, for different pieces of it, and it's okay to not employ certain of animals' technology, and that doesn't mean that you're a bad manager. It just means that technology doesn't fit for your program. And I think everyone kind of saw those different pieces and those different takeaways. Yeah.